So we are going to go over the project. If you go to your Google Classroom under classwork and then to week 10, then you'll find a few things that say restaurant and menu. This is the project. If you missed class and you also did not know that there is a Quizlet due on Friday, it's right here for you. And then you can join the new Quizlet classroom with that link right there. But I'm going to explain the project. So if you click the one that says description or rubric, that is everything about the project and what you will need. So it has the instructions and what it must include. And then it's underlined what needs to be in English and what needs to be in Spanish. It also has how it's going to be graded. So this is under restaurant and menu description or rubric. And once again, that's what everything that must be included in your project. If you go down to example, I'm going to show you through what it should look like in the end. So you're going to start a Google site, which I'm going to show you how to do that. You can see that I've made my restaurant title this. This just means seafood in the ocean, but you can make it super simple and just call it your name's restaurant. So, like, for example, Sarah's restaurant. And I'll show you how to do that in just a bit. You will need to showcase foods that are sold at your restaurant. So you can see I just put pictures of what you can get at the restaurant. You will need to pick a Spanish speaking country of where your restaurant will be located. So you can see I chose the Galapagos Islands in Ecuador. You can choose any Spanish speaking country. You could make it in the jungle, you could make it in the mountains, you could make it in the desert, in the big city. It doesn't matter where it's at as long as it's in a Spanish speaking country. And you have to give me like the city name of where it's at as well. You can see that I put hours of operation here. This is not required, but if you want to, you can copy that if you want. Um, and then you also are required to have pictures of what you would want your restaurant to look like. This is not a real restaurant. These are literally pictures that I just searched on the internet of beachside dining, and then I found ones that I liked. And I also liked it to have a garden feel, so I put that in there. You are also required to have at least one famous Latino or Hispanic person visit your restaurant. So you can see I had Sofia Vergara and Bad Bunny visit mine. Um, you don't have to put little quotes. I just did that for fun. But you are required to have one person who has come to your restaurant that's from a Spanish speaking country. So, for example, Shakira or Cardi B or Maluma, whoever you would like to visit, as long as they're Latino or Hispanic. Um, and then I made a separate tab, which you're not required to do, but I called mine chefs. So this is also required. You're going to be telling me why you chose your restaurant. So why did you choose the location that you chose? Um, and why did you choose the type of food that you chose? So I just said that I just made it up that my friend Mary and I decided to open a restaurant in the Galapagos because we really liked it. Um, and we liked the location, we liked the beach. It's an interesting place. And we chose seafood because my friend Mary is a pescatarian, so she only eats fish. And then that's just completely made up. And I also put some pictures of what the Galapagos Islands looks like. Then you also have to make a menu. So this is going to be the hardest part of the assignment. And I broke it down by appetizers, drinks, etc., which is all in the restaurant and menu description. It'll have everything that you need. But I have appetizers given to you, so you can look at this to find out the word for appetizers. You will need to describe everything that you're having on your menu. So, for example, potato skins, that can be in English. That's fine. But the description underneath of what potato skins are needs to be in Spanish. Because if you Google translated potato skins, it's going to give you the word for human skin and potatoes. You don't want human skins and potatoes. That's disgusting. And so just be very careful. But underneath I put papas, queso, tocino, y crema agria. So potatoes, cheese, bacon, and sour cream. Now, most of these words you know, but if you don't know a word, like sour cream isn't in your list. So you can just send me an email and say, hey, what's sour cream? And I'll email you back. If you email me late at night, I might not email you back until the next morning. So just be warned of that. But I did create a word bank, which is here. You'll click on this, and these are all words that people have asked me yesterday and today. And so you can just look at that as well. Um, so that's what you're making, but we're going to go ahead and make one together. So go ahead and open google.com and then click the waffle and then find sites. So then once you get to googlesites.com and you're there, click blank. And you can pause this video at any time so that way you can catch up. But what you'll do is you'll make your restaurant title here. It can be anything. It just has to be in Spanish, and you can email me if you want something specific. But most people have been doing the following. So el restaurante de, and then whatever your name is. It's that simple. And you're going to put it in the following 3 spots. So here, here, and there. So all of these 3. If you need to pause it for a second, go ahead and do so. I'm going to move on though. Once you have these 3 things written down, you're going to click publish, and you're going to type a site name, which you can do the name of your restaurant. So El Restaurante de Name, and you put in your name. And then you would click publish. I'm not going to put publish right now, but you are. So you click publish, and then it'll be done. So then it'll be made. Now, the next thing that we're going to do together is we're going to do pages. Once again, this is not required. I don't know. There we go. You push add or the little plus sign, and then the next little page that you might want is you could put about the restaurant. You could call it information. You could call it meet the chefs or meet the cooks. You could call it just cooks, or you could call it chefs, whatever. This is going to be the place where you describe your restaurant and why you chose the restaurant and why you chose the location. Then you're going to create another one, and you're going to call it menu for your menu. So then it's all on separate pages, so that way it's a little bit more organized and I can find things. Now you are graded based off of creativity, so I would explore this themes page over here and just click through these and find one that stands out to you, and maybe pick the color that you like. So, and then you can also change the font style. You can also change this image right here in the background. So you would select image, and then there's a bunch of different things, but you can search and it'll do a Google search of things that you would want. So let's say you had a beachside restaurant, you could search beach and then put in a picture. Okay. You can also insert images here. So you just click that and then it'll put images. You can do text box, and that's how you put in text. If you scroll down, image carousel is that thing where you can scroll through different pictures. And then also you've got map, which is where you put in a map. If you need any help, please email me. Also, make sure that you are pushing publish, because that's how you save it. So before you exit out, push publish.